Hi, I'm Gilda, and today I'm walking the Camino Mozarabe de Santiago, the way of St. James in southern Spain. Here is Armandas. Together we will walk and give you guidance on how to get the best out of your walk. Join us on the hike.
Afternoon, people. We are starting now the Camino Mozarabe de Santiago, and we're going to tell you everything you need to know to have an amazing walk in one of the best paths in Spain. All right, let's do it. There is a fantastic service of the Association of the Pilgrims of Almeria, which gives you amazing information. You can find a guide on their Facebook page. In regard of food and shelter, it is not legal to camp in Spain, to have a tent, but hey, enjoy the landscape if you're quiet. Otherwise, there are shelters every day if you follow daily path. In regard of food, you will cross villages, either little markets or big chains such as Mercadona, which has everything you need. And you don't need to eat meat, you can walk on a vegan diet. You're gonna feel very light, very good. So very nice to walk. All right. Camino Mozarabe, as soon as you start walking, it's going up. So as you see, it's difficult to see on the camera, but you're walking up, which means be ready. It's not flat, it's not up, down, up, down. It starts with a full day of up. Also, we are doing it in September, early September. So as you see, Armanda's wearing tank top. The reason why I wear a shirt is to protect from the sun. I got sunburnt already just from a few hours in Almeria. So I recommend you to not do it in the middle of the summer. Start September earliest or June as the latest, and bring stuff to protect you from the shade, such as a hat. So if you're really about the spiritual and religious aspect, walk through the city, and it's part of it, seeing the people as you live them in a way. Otherwise, if you prefer really the walking, you can take a taxi or a bus to Orca, which is the end of the city, and you arrive in this riverbed. So you see there used to be a river here, hence the door that are a little over the floor and the walls. And it's some kind of small rocky with trees that grew over it for a few kilometers. It's interesting change of landscape. But the reward for walking all this landscape sometimes is to see beautiful little towns, typical, and you really see the life of the locals, which is another gift of the Camino. Spain has a very different lifestyle than many countries, in the sense that people culturally sleep in the afternoon. That might not be done by everybody anymore. However, they kept the timings of closing very late, but being closed in the afternoon. Usually being up late, waking up early, and sleeping or resting in the afternoon. This first day of the Camino Mozarabe is full of fruit trees. We have seen lemon trees, granadas, figs, olives, dates, banana. Very different trees than in the northern ways. And we finish the day with a beautiful full moon. We just arrived at the albergue that's in La Rioja.
September is an ideal month to walk. Not too much sun, yet we enjoy all the light necessary. It meant heavy rains. We had to cross this huge river that replaced the road. Locals advised us against it. However, if you enjoy the adventure part, I recommend it. Just do it. Have a lot of fun. You need rain gear. Wherever you go, whichever path you take, have a poncho with you. Have either shoes that are waterproof or you can easily remove. Be ready for days under the rain.
easy. I've never done something like this before.
We're now slowly walking into the tropical mountains. So a big thing in Spain, on all the ways that you might walk, the north, the south, there is always a lot of pollution. Pollution that can be avoided because it's mostly drinks, it's mostly food, snacks. Think about it and take a plastic bag in advance and trash it in a bin. So when you start arriving around the mountains, obviously you have to go through the human aspect of it, but it's all these dry mountains, beautiful. It has a charm, obviously. If you love greenery, you're not very well served. But you have to accept the power of the strongness of the dryness. Local houses dating up from sometimes the 15th century, when the Catholics came back here, and they came back earlier, and the Muslims will go up the mountains here to hide so that they can pray freely. Discovering culture with Armandas Ivanovskas.
Yeah, guys.
Each way of St. James is very accessible. I've met people up to 80 years old on each of them. However, you're gonna have a lot of uphill and downhill, particularly if you take the Mozarabe, the Primitivo, or the Northern Way. For that matter, I recommend you to take a small bag, maybe 10 kilograms maximum, and 40-50 liter bag. You don't need necessarily big training for this hike. However, if you're not used to walk a lot, maybe go for, say, 10-kilometer walks around your place before to get ready. In regard of shoes, I walk with very thin soles or barefoot. I will not recommend it straight away if you're not used to it. But if you wear shoes, make sure they're too big for you. However, you're gonna have a lot of feet problem quickly.
Beautiful arabesque mosaic that you will find along the way.
And lastly, for your food, there's a lot of villages, often, so don't buy too much food, otherwise you're gonna have to carry it, and it's heavy.
We arrived yesterday at night in Alboludui, and we start in this humble village to walk up towards the mountains. People will often tell you to go either through the road or through the river, depending on the condition, on the rain, on many things. And that is really up to you, in the sense that everybody has different physical condition, has different likes in terms of adventure. So judge for yourself, because many people who tell you something, they are from the village, they know maybe the place is around, but they don't walk, they don't know what it is like to walk. So just so you know, for example, the river in the Camino Mozarabe sometimes takes you up to this deep, so almost knee deep. You can walk barefoot, shoes if you don't feel comfortable on the rocks, and shorts, and that's enough. It never goes deeper than this. Have a good walk. Be aware that you will have sometimes to walk over thin paths that have been just laid with bricks, with stones here. So it's up to you. If you don't feel like going through these parts, you will have to take on through the road. Among the beautiful sceneries that we find on the Camino Mozarabe, there is history, such as these houses, which I believe to be old Arab Muslim houses from the eras going from 14th to 18th century. I might be wrong, you might correct me, but I can see very good irrigation systems, leveled terrains, and stone houses that have been abandoned. They are well hidden in the mountains, which what am I zooming on right now? Wow, we're lost. Well hidden in the mountains, which you can see more over there, is what Arabs, Muslims were doing when the Spanish Inquisition came over to take over the Iberian Peninsula. Because not many people walk on this route, sometimes you have to find your way. So here we're listening to the sound of the river to try to find back the road, because we seem to be slightly lost. Hoppa! And because not many people walk on the Camino Mozarabe, it's you cannot really follow footsteps. But hey, here we reach the river. So from the river we know that the town is up the river. The river flows down towards that way. So the town is that way.
Andalusia is full of magnificent landscapes. These very dry, marsh-like views reminds us of North Africa. The huge fields of nut trees, almonds, olives, oranges give this green aspect to it. Small towns are very quiet yet full of culture, with castle, churches, and architecture dating from all ages. We also loved learning about these cultures in Grenada and Cordoba, which are the biggest cities on the way. However, we prefer nature, and we were really well served, with trees going from greens to pines. On a budget level, you could do it almost for free by camping in such beautiful sites, or you could, go to restaurants and hotels, and I think it would cost you maybe maximum 30 euros per day in that case. Don't hesitate to walk early in the morning and late in the evening to enjoy this magnificent sunrise and sunset. Troglodyte houses are quite common in the south, in the mountains. I recommend checking it out. And now for nature. You walk, you learn, you love. This is wow. Old mines, old rocks, old mountains, and nobody there. Just you. Enjoy the path. Armandas made a beautiful video with lots of landscapes on his YouTube channel. I will link the video below. I also walked quite a few pilgrimages in Portugal and northern Spain, southern France. So if you have any questions, ask them below. I'll be more than happy to answer. Enjoy.